just wanna be a superhero. I want to leap over buildings, want to fly over the shores.
Jusqu'à j'étais sauvée par ton sourire. They were actually saved by the person's superpower, which is their smile.
A smile, what a great superpower to have, because it's something we can all do, but it can also be really magical.
Je ne veux pas être en vie. Cette douleur dans mon cœur que je me sens, c'est tout parti. Je croyais la vie, c'est plutôt vide. Jusqu'à j'étais sauvée par ton sourire.
The first line was, I'm fine, followed by, that's my beautiful lie.
Talking is something that I actually find difficulty to do, so like to actually socialize and like interact, to express my emotions verbally. But like when you're doing it with a pen and paper, you can imagine whatever you want to say. I've been in French immersion since grade 1, so French culture has actually been something that I'm pretty fond of. When I'm writing in English, it makes me feel a bit flustered and I can never really think of the right thing to say. But in French, there's so many ways to say like my emotions and express my opinion.
A language is only good when we use it, and it's not just a subject in school, but it's a way of expressing ourselves and it's a way of making connections with other people.
I'm in the International Baccalaureate program, except for waking up in the morning, which is like the toughest thing to do since it's like there's so little time for sleep because of all the studying. Some of the activities that I participated in were the football team and robotics club and link crew. I just want people to be more aware of the situation of depression. At times, I felt like really sad and that maybe I didn't want to live and that I shouldn't exist. Like I've had those feelings before, and I've had my friends, they've actually been there to support me. So like I feel like having won this, I kind of feel more confident in what I'm doing.
To be able to enter a writing contest in your first language, you're taking a risk, and to be able to do it in your second language, you're putting yourself out there, taking even more of a risk, and I think it's wonderful to see.
Though I'm told I'll never fly, that doesn't mean that I won't try.
I wanted to show the extraordinary things in the ordinary.
That idea that a superpower doesn't have to be something physical or something that changes the outside world, but it can be a perception of the world.
The thing I love about Miss Hardy is that you can have a complete opinion, and Miss Hardy can say one thing, and it's completely changed. Because I'm gonna cry, oh my gosh. She opens up all the possibilities. The smell of the pages of a brand new book you've been craving to read as you open it for the very first time, and how the words spilled across the paper are brought to life. It's me and my mom for my family and a cat and a dog. When somebody asks me, like a role model or a woman who is so much that you want to be, I would automatically say my mom. She has shaped me into who I am, and she's my best friend. Miss Hardy invited a poet to our class, Stuart Ross, and I asked him if he knew who Johnny Cash is. And he said, oh my gosh, of course I know who Johnny Cash is. And he pulled out one of his books, and the title was like, Hello, I'm a poem about Johnny Cash. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. He said when you started writing the poem, it was about Johnny Cash. But by the end of it, he realized that he was talking about his father's death. And my mom used to blast Johnny Cash CDs. There have been songs that I've connected to my father's death. And that's what I love about writing, is there can be such a crazy piece that's so intricate and everybody can have all these different opinions on it, like the thing I was talking about with Miss Hardy earlier. But there can be 2 or more people with all the ideas that could come from such a piece, could be exactly the same and the same experience altogether. And I love that about writing.
She is capable of doing whatever she sets her mind on.
I never initially thought I could do anything like this, and now that I have, it's opening up so much for me, I think, and I'm really excited about it. I really am.
Write my name upon the sky, and when you call me, I'll be there.
As a child, your whole personality is about hope, about what you're going to be in the future. When I was making the piece at the time, it was a really stressful time because it was midterms and I was really concerned about my future and whatnot. So the perfect way to come about it was hope.
It's phenomenal as a teacher to have a student independently take a risk and explore and express and put her work out there.
When I was doing the piece, I never started off with an initial sketch. I just sort of went at the canvas and I did whatever I thought was right, because that's, I don't know, I feel like that's the most expressive way to make art, is to just do it. As a kid, we moved from UAE to Canada, and then we moved from suburbs to suburbs while we were here. I moved to this school 2 years ago. I'm part of student council, and for the past year I've been going to a club called Mosaic. It's like a social justice club around the school. I applied to engineering programs, architecture programs, science programs. It's really nerve-wracking right now. There are a couple universities that I'm like, I have to go there, and if I don't get in, it's just sort of like, okay, where am I going? Sometimes you can feel trapped, I feel. And I guess this sort of feeling of escape, not only in the painting, but in art itself. There's no pressure in art. It just is sort of a way to cope with everything that you have going on anyways. I think hope is a kind of escape. You know, like when you hope for something to go in a different direction, or you hope your future will go in a different way, you're sort of detaching yourself and going in this ideal place where you want to be, where you think you'll be happy.
On the Saturday when you're there getting the award, take it, eat it up, because you really, really deserve it.
With fearless thoughts, emotions swirl. I wanna be the man that saves the world.
It could be small little things that could make huge changes.
The theme, what is your superpower, mainly with the idea of cooking for trying to create happiness.
I said to him, that's a positive message and one that's very applicable for the local area.
There's a lot of hungry people out there, so I figured this video, if people watch it, this will help inspire them to cook this for other people.
Becker has a great sense of humor. He's quiet, but when he says something, it's usually to the point and very funny. And Marcus enjoys to talk more than Becker, and the two of them are frequently having animated discussions.
I wake up around 6:30 to get ready. Sometimes I usually don't get out of bed till 7 because I just need that extra 30 minutes of sleep. Since it's an hour bus ride, I try to get sleep on the bus.
I find it easier to talk to teachers and adults, because that's what I've grown around, having a father as a principal.
In elementary school in my home, everyone's a friend or a cousin there, right? But when I come here, it's a whole new different people and whatnot.
It actually helps out with the videos and such, with the different outlooks and the different backgrounds, because it helps Becker see one way while I see a different way. And sometimes they contradict each other, but together most of the time we usually come up with a solution that complements both.
Humor, it's this universal thing, everyone gets it in a way or another. So it's a good way to make it for everybody.
Who cut my hair?
Winning the contest, it was like a shot of confidence. Hopefully it helps me out later on in life, because that's what I want to be. I want to be an editor.
I hope to go to college for acting and whatnot, hopefully get some good job, a good career off of that, while also trying to make people laugh.
I think they're a great team, and I hope to see them be successful.
So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero.
My superpower is trying to help people find the good in others. Don't be so quick to judge people.
When I read Bailey's poem, I thought how exciting it was that she has such a strong understanding of who she is and that she's proud of herself. And to me, that's a very empowering place for a student to be.
I was bullied. People called me names. I didn't have much friends. And so I didn't understand why no one wanted to be my friend or why I was being bullied.
I will help people find their superpowers too. We are not that different, me and you. I just happen to see things with a different view, but I am no worse off than you. For that view has allowed me to see that autism or not, I am simply me.
I had a science fair project in grade 8 about autism because it's a neurological thing, and I won regionals, so from then on I've been advocating ever since. I am doing good in school now, and I don't get bullied, and my journey has brought me here. So for me, I like speaking up, being, this is not right, please don't do this. This is what's actually happening. And I like speaking up for those who can't. She's pretty fun. She's really outgoing and really smart, and she's really helped me through this. I would like to be a mental health counselor.
That's sort of the next step in her journey right now. That's the next step in her growth as a learner, and I want her to realize how truly special that is.
Just that I've done what I was out to do, bring awareness to the world.
Though I'm told I'll never fly, that doesn't mean that I won't try.
Ma force, c'est vraiment la force que mon amour a envers ma famille. Donc, mon poème, c'est l'histoire de deux sœurs.
C'est une histoire, c'est basé en fait sur un fait réel, le vécu de Joanie, qu'elle a transformé en histoire.
Gardant avec moi les souvenirs d'une vie, enfin, ma chère grande sœur, je te rejoins.
Blanche étoile, je t'ai veillée, petite sœur. Cachée dans ton ombre, te berçant chaque soir, ainsi je protégeais dans mes mains ton bonheur. Petite sœur, mon amour, mon super pouvoir.
Ma petite sœur, en fait, elle a été hospitalisée à la fin du mois de janvier l'an passé. Mon poème reflète cette situation-là, dans le sens où ce que ça fait, c'est que ça montre vraiment comment ma relation pour ma petite sœur, ça montre un peu mon super pouvoir. Puis ma petite sœur, Marie, elle a commencé à moins bien voir, puis à avoir des problèmes de vision assez majeurs, dans le sens où elle devenait pratiquement aveugle. Donc, c'était vraiment le temps d'aider. Puis maintenant que c'est une maladie dégénérative qui lui a été diagnostiquée, ça a vraiment affecté genre, la personne que je suis devenue. J'adore le cours de français. Je joue aussi du trombone, puis je trouve ça vraiment original puis différent, puis j'adore. Depuis 8 ans, je joue à la ringuette. C'est mon sport préféré. Bien, plus tard, j'aimerais peut-être être avocate. Sinon, complètement à l'opposé, devenir quelque chose dans le domaine du théâtre, soit comédienne ou actrice ou quelque chose comme ça.
Elle veut toujours que ça soit fait à la perfection. Alors, c'est comme si c'était une adulte dans un corps d'adolescente. Elle est vraiment mature, là. Très agréable.
Vraiment, en fait, ce prix-là, ça fait juste me montrer à quel point j'avais comme raison d'avoir, de faire ces actions-là, d'aider ma famille, puis d'aimer Marie.
Write my name upon the sky, and when you call me, I'll be there.
The main idea is that we need to work together and use compassion to lift each other up.
She found a way to address something serious and poignant and still make the link to something positive at the same time.
The idea of all of us kind of being superheroes and having a superpower to help each other, to use that kind of like change the world. Maybe this is the feeling our heroes have. Call it by name, compassion. It drives them out of their homes, It drives them to plant trees, to award those who fairly earn it, to help the less fortunate. Mr. Anderson pushed me a lot more than some of my other English teachers. A lot of them would kind of let me fly under the radar because I was kind of more quiet, but he kind of pressed me when I had ideas and pushed me to explain myself and express myself on a more deeper level than I'd previously been challenged.
She'll sit back, patiently absorb information, and it's pretty easy to tell that she's thinking. She jots down notes and she smiles and she nods and stuff, but she's not one of those students that offers her ideas frequently, but when she does offer them to the rest of the class, she makes comments that usually make other students sort of stop and ruminate as well.
He really tries to connect with the students, and he's always trying his best to kind of put a very relevant real-world spin on things we're learning, like the way the world is today. A lot of different influences that are on teenagers, especially because they're trying to figure out what they're doing and who they are. I think it's important to know that we're all trying, and that it's always good to have that kind of helping hand there from a teacher, because they do play a big part in our lives and they do help push us in the right direction. I think I'm better about exploring my own ideas, like using more of my personal experiences than rather just what I think people want to hear.
She owes it to herself, and I think other people around her to continue developing her ideas and her writing skills.
Faster than a lightning flash, rushing through the cool night air.
You're put into an element or an environment that you're not used to, that you're unfamiliar with. You can still be who you are, and you can still, shine bright.
In this job of teaching, we see a lot of students needing to overcome all kinds of different challenges in their life, and Sarah focused on that superpower of resiliency.
Most of my lunches are spent studying or in the art realm, so really my life evolves around art and the creativity and the intellectual process that goes along with it. If you know who you are, and if you can analyze, you know your morals and your ethics, you can know that what you're doing and what your plans are going to be something you want to do, that you can do. It's hard for me to just be relatable, I guess, and that's what a lot of people look for when having just, a random conversation, right? And it's hard for me to see the point in that. Like, why would you want to just talk about, like, oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. Like, me too. I want to talk about something more real than that. I'm okay being me, and I'm okay having my preferences, and to make sure that I'm not being another sheep in a herd. I have 2 brothers, a twin brother and an older brother, and I guess they probably have influenced me a lot, help you bond and help you feel like you're always gonna be okay and have a place to go back to and to call home and to be happy, and that's my happy place. My future ambition is to be an art therapist. It just has a real sense of, passion to me.
I want her to enjoy the day and really take it in. She deserves it, because I think her art for many years to come is going to help a lot of people.
I want to leap over buildings, want to fly over the shores.
I read Hamlet first. I was in grade 2, actually. I brought it to a show and tell. I fell in love with Shakespeare, so he kind of inspired me to write poetry. I'm from Michigaogaman First Nation, and it's 6 hours north from here, and it's a really small reserve. I was 14 when I left, so you have to leave to come here, to come to school. I was going to DFC, but I needed my academic, and they don't have academic there, so I had to change over. Just in September, actually.
She started to share, more of her poetry with me. I was awestruck by it.
It was mostly a poem about life and my life in a way about, perseverance and how hard life can be, how hard love can be, and how hard it can be to kind of open up to people about yourself. Honestly, most of the time I feel like a coward. And there's a part of the poem that says Temple of Contentment. That's what I feel most of the time. And it was actually, that line was the first thing that I was like, oh, I'm gonna write this.
She takes the heartache in her life, as she explains in her poem, and she transforms it into this beautiful poetry.
I have a really bad background, actually. I guess I feel like I've been pushed down too much to even think about my own strength and what I'm capable of. Most of the times it was just hard enough to even get up and come to school, and I'm pushing myself to do this work. Humans are more scarier for me than any reptile could ever be. Sometimes writing can be like dreadful and, really gruesome, and then painting, you can, paint something so gruesome and dreadful, but have it still be bright and beautiful. I did a lot of stuff by myself to kind of, I guess, make myself feel happy.
She may one day be acknowledged even nationally for her voice, for what it is that she shares in her poetry. She is that good.
Deep down inside, yeah, but I'm still trying to believe it.
I just wanna be a superhero.